Hello, everyone. This is the Paranormal Truth Seeker, otherwise known as Pros Ron. Now, many of you know that we had a site for about 10 years with 7 years of live cameras. And during those times, we only captured maybe two, three, four, five at most pictures of the paranormal. Well, I'll just say potential paranormal because sometimes we don't understand what's going on. Light reflects, things happen, and we capture an image that, well, we think's paranormal, that we investigate later and find out that it's not. So you have to question everything. And as in life, if you don't do that, what happens is you assume things. So we've got some excellent pictures on our website, prosinvestigations.com, of those incidences. One's of lady in a shower room that you see a pier there that has black flowing hair with her arm up, as I recall, and it's in a purple haze. Now that's an excellent picture, but in the end, it's pareidolia. So a lot of times people, well, experience a lot of things that they skew. For example, if you go to a haunted house, we're going to assume that when we hear noises, that it's probably a ghost, but that's not always the case. So, what I want to propose to you today, with all my experience with, I'm going to say, at least 40 years in a investigating experience, that I've seen a lot of things happen that I can't explain. I've seen beds roll across the floor, I've seen things pick up and drop in the floor, a lot of things. Some things we could easily explain, other things we couldn't. And so, what I want to propose to you today is get out there and investigate. Study things like EVP. Now, pictures, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, as I aforementioned, but get out and investigate. Question things like Bigfoots and fairies and other cryptids. We don't know what's out there. Just because we can't see them doesn't mean they are not there. In the case with Bigfoot, it's reported by, well, we'll say Scott Carpenter and others, that these Bigfoot have a tendency to cloak, as strange as that sounds. They can blend in. Maybe they can make us see things that we can't see. Maybe it's something to do with their hair that helps them cloak. I don't know. I guess a 8 foot guy running around the woods in a, well, we'll say nature's ghillie suit would hide you too, but sometimes they're plain there. One of the things that Scott Carpenter said that he had a backwards camera pointing, in the other direction, so when these things came up behind him, they would film them too. A lot of times we're blind to seeing things. We have our head in the wrong direction, looking that way, and there you go. So, with that said, I would just tell you that we all have to get out. We have to question. And if we're not doing that, then, well, we don't have the right to say that others are wrong and that you're absolutely right. Well, you can't be when you don't get in the woods or in a site and investigate. You have to question everything. And that's a premise that when I started this channel, that we would do. We'd get together and investigate things together. And all I would leave you with was evidence. And that evidence was to be examined by you and question things and further research. And that's all I've got for you today. Please like and subscribe for this channel. If you have comments, let them know. Let me know. And let's investigate things. Let's question things. I once had a guy about 4 months ago tell me a story about a Bigfoot that went into a camp. And, well, let's just say he had an interest in the female. And he actually hid a voice recorder under his car. And the big, hairy fella came into the camp as he was sleeping, picked up a water jug, shook it a few times. It has it on the recording as far as audio. And actually found the recorder. Maybe he smelt it, maybe he could sense it, and scratched the recorder, tapped on it 3 times. And then you could hear the thing leave the camp. So, was that his imagination? What happened? Maybe a bug crawled across it. I don't think so. I think that those things have the ability to seek and find all kinds of electronics so they can see this night vision. There's other things that they can sense. Some of us are sensitive to things. And I think that that's what these creatures are. A lot of times they hide from us, and that's why we don't have very many on, well, video camera or game cameras. People are always saying that, well, if we have enough game cameras out there, we're going to catch them. Why don't we capture more pictures? Well, maybe they smell us on the game cameras. Maybe they sense it electronically. Maybe they do all kinds of things that we can't do. But question and research. And that's all I'm going to leave you with. But thanks for your time. This is Paranormal Truth Seeker, and I'll get back to you and we'll cover a few more things in the future. Thank you.